Well, remember, we also have a problem with our financial system. Uh, we're we're broke. You know, the fiat currency system is at high risk of imploding. Uh, the fiat currency that we utilize isn't backed by anything, except we say the faith and confidence in the American government and its armed forces and its economy. Well, the economy isn't doing all that well, contrary to what our president said last night. And if you if you take that into consideration, the real question is, if this doesn't work well, do you cut cut your losses and go home? Do you do that? If you do that, do you admit defeat? Do you ask for Russian mediation with Iran to bring an end to the conflict? That's possible, but that's rational. We Americans are not terribly rational. We're very emotional. And I think that President Trump is in a position where if he has to admit defeat in any way, shape, or form, that's not going to be well received at home, in any case. And remember, most Americans oppose this war. The latest polls say 70, 75% opposed, maybe higher. So what are they going to say if quote unquote, are seen as losing? Well, we shouldn't have gone there to begin with. What are we doing there? You could see everything collapse. But you're going to get the war because of what you saw during the State of the Union last night, which is the entire Congress, Democrats and Republicans on both sides, standing up and saying, God bless Israel. That's effectively what they said. And we're going to support war with Iran. Why are Americans not in the streets? Why are they not objecting? Well, it's a long way away. And most Americans are assuming that, well, Iran's like any other state in the Middle East. They're not that strong. They're weak. We can bomb them into submission. You have some Americans that swallowed all of the propaganda about evil Iran and the medieval society and all this kind of business. There are not that many of them paying that much attention, but most are just dismissing it out of hand. So if things go badly, they'll be very surprised, extremely surprised. And here's one other factor to keep in mind, and this is something that you were implying, and you're right, Clint. We will be embarrassed on the world stage. Right now, most people in Europe, most people in Asia, almost everywhere you go, think that the United States Armed Forces are invincible and invulnerable. If it turns out we're not invincible and we're not invulnerable, will this encourage others against us to take positions opposed to us? I'd say yes.